Friends, here our concept is input with command line arguments. See, already we know how to provide an input for your shell script using read command. Now, instead of read command, you can also use command line arguments to provide an input for your shell scripts. Now, let me explain that. These command line arguments are also called as positional arguments. Why? We will see. See, command line arguments are simply values or arguments and which are provided while running your shell script on your command prompt itself. Let me explain that with a simple shell script. I am taking shell script name as command line aux.sh. Now let me write the very first line as user bin bash. Then see, suppose I am trying to display the value of y, that is $y. Anyway, we know that $y is not defined in our shell script. Then if I run that, let me provide the execution permission for our script. Then see your code once. Now run your code. You are getting an empty line because y is not defined anywhere. That's why you are getting output as empty. Now there are some special variables in your shell script. Let me print them. $1 I am printing in a different lines. $2, $3. Actually, you should not take variable name as 1, 2, 3. See, $y means y variable you are printing. The same way $1 means one variable value you are printing. But we know that we should not take our variable name starts with number. And here I have taken directly our variable names as 1, 2, 3. That's not correct actually. But these are the some special variables for your shell scripts and which are defined with your shell script, with your shell. Fine. Now, first to see your code and I am running. So you can guess the output is empty because nowhere that values are defining. Yes, you are getting 3 empty lines. See that? First empty line, second, third empty line. Now while running my shell script, I am passing some value with space, shell script name, space, some value. Now see the result. You are getting the first output. Now $1 means after your shell script name, if you pass some value, if you pass only one value, then that is $1. If I pass first value, then second value with spaces, be clear. Then $1 is this one, $2 is this one. Likewise, you can pass any number of values. Likewise, you can pass any number of values. Now see the result. We are displaying only 1, 2, 3. So immediately after your shell script name, this is $1 inside of your script. This is $2. This is $3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 up to infinity you can provide. And be clear, all values must be separated with spaces. Right? Suppose if you have a data and in that if you have a spaces, then you have to write your entire data inside of a quotation. Let me take the very first as shell scripting. Now see the result. Shell scripting, entire thing is there in quotations. That's why this is the first argument. If you don't provide quotations, then shell is first argument, scripting is second argument. So $1 is shell, $2 is scripting. See the result. You have to be clear on that. Okay. So these are called command line arguments for your shell script. And we are also calling them as positional arguments because if I change the position, if I write scripting here and shell here, the position is changing. That's why these are the positional arguments. See, if I write scripting here and shell here, then $1 becomes scripting, $2 becomes shell. But if you want to get $1 as shell, you have to write the very first as shell. Position is important. Fine. Now, let me open your script once again. I am defining, I want to display one more value called $0. This is also very, very important. Now I am running our shell script by taking this data. Now see the result. $0 you are getting script name itself. So in this entire format, be clear on this. In this entire format, this is inside of your script. You can access your script name with the help of $0. And the first value which you are passing after your script name can be accessed with $1, then $2. Likewise, you can take any number of arguments on your command line. So based on that, you have to access inside of your script with the help of $1, $2, $3, and position is important. Fine. Now let me go with one more thing. Suppose how many values we are passing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. I want to print suppose some 10th command line argument. Then you have to take echo $10. Now let me observe the output for this. So if you observe in your command line, what is the 10th argument? First count it. This is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is AB, right? So before running your script, first to see the content of your code. Now run your script. Observe the output. You are getting the output for 10th command line argument as shell 0, but it is AB, but you are not getting that. See, whenever if you print command line argument for greater than or equals to 10 or 2-digit command line argument, then you have to write that command line argument inside of curly braces. Otherwise, it will consider like $1 then 0. So $1 means first command line argument. Yes, you are getting that. Then 0 is printing as it is. So if your command line argument is greater than or equals to 10 or 2-digit command line argument, then take curly braces. Even for your single digit command line argument also you can take curly braces, but not required. Now let me save it and run it and see the result. There is no difference with 23. Even though if you take curly braces for your one digit command line argument, no problem. But for 2-digit command line argument, you have to take curly braces. That's fine. Now, I want to find how many command line arguments are passing to your script. Now first let me comment this code. So I am using multi-line comment to comment our code. Now simply I am displaying the number of command line arguments or simply with $hash. That's it. Now first let me run your code without any command line arguments and see the result. You are getting 0 because I am not passing any command line arguments after our shell script. Now I am passing one command line argument. The count is 1. I am passing 2. Count is 2. I am passing suppose 3 numbers. 3 command line arguments. 3. That's it. Now suppose if you want to print all the command line arguments at a time. The all command line arguments are simply I can use $@ or you are also having one more syntax for this, that is $. See, there is a small difference between $* and $@ but as of now they are same. That difference I can explain while working with loops. So up to that you have to wait. What is the difference between $* and $@? Now I am running our shell script and I am not passing anything. So output is here empty because you are not passing any command line arguments. $@ means or $* means as of now all the command line arguments which we are passing for our script. Suppose I am passing 3 command line arguments. Yes, you are getting same output for your $@ and $. Right? Now, then what is the use of this command line arguments? We know that just to provide input. Suppose we have our script to install Tomcat. Now previously we worked in this way. Now let me remove this. See, directly if you want to pass your version number, we are opening our script and we are passing our version number here. But if you don't want to edit, then we are commenting this line. Then we are commenting this first line, Tomcat version line. Then with the help of read command, we are reading the version number while running your script. Now, even if you don't want to provide your version number after running your script, then before running your script itself, you can provide the required Tomcat version by using your command line arguments. Simply I am taking your variable required Tomcat version equals to $1. Then let me save it. Now see your script first. So the required value we are assigning $1 value. $1 means command line argument, first command line argument. So before that, remove your Tomcat 9. Now see that I am running our shell script, and by providing command line argument as our required version 9.0.27, any version number. Now it is going to work. That's it. So this is the best usage of command line argument. So before running your shell script, without opening your shell script, if you want to pass your required values for your shell script, yes, we can provide input for our shell script using command line arguments. And suppose if you are not passing any command line argument, and inside of your script, actually you are taking your command line arguments, right? And if you are not passing, then it won't work. It will give some errors. Let me run. Now, I am not passing any version and I am running. You are going to get an error. So how to handle this? We'll discuss that in our further sessions. That is actually advanced level concept. We'll discuss that. Okay guys, thank you.